So there's tremendous amount of interest in digital transformation. How is AspenTech able to leverage this market trend, and what are some success stories for the company?
Since we were here last year, we've seen a tremendous step up in the amount of interest around the world. I think if you go back to a year ago, you had Industry 4.0 coming out of Europe. You had a lot of momentum in Europe and North America at that time. I would say this year, we've seen that interest expand significantly. So we're seeing companies out of the Middle East. We're seeing companies out of the Asia Pacific region now. We're seeing companies out of Africa who are joining the digital transformation and really helping push the business forward. We're having tremendous success with companies, helping them. We focus on asset-intensive industries, right? Those companies that are looking to drive their assets faster, safer, longer, and greener, who are looking to achieve the lowest cost as while they're driving profitability. So and we think we're making great strides in that area with our whole asset optimization vision across the portfolio, and especially in our Asset Performance Management business unit.
Good, yeah. So another hot topic is intelligence at the edge. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what types of solutions is AspenTech offering in terms of devices or solutions that a customer could expect at the edge?
Yeah, so last year in June, we announced our Aspen Connect family, which is connections to both the edge and to cloud with a family of software products. So, and we've since then worked with partners in the space such as Microsoft Azure, but we're also working with other companies like Advantech, B&B SmartWorks, who are a partner in that area with certain licensing arrangements to distribute that technology. So we're looking to go from the office to the edge with the technologies and the capabilities, and looking to deploy where we can.
Good, okay, yeah. So digitalization is accelerating tremendously, and we're already seeing a lot of companies moving forward to predictive or prescriptive analytics.
Mm-hmm.
But many companies are really struggling to figure out, well, where do I start and where do I prioritize? So what's your advice for them?
Yeah, so our advice typically is to start with those assets that can generate the most value. If you talk to those executives who manage those assets, they know where their reliability and their maintenance problems are, and attack those problems. And we're seeing that the technologies, the Industry 4.0 technologies, when you look at AI, when you look at machine learning, when you look across the breadth of those technologies, they're very broadly applicable across both rotating and process assets. And so we say pick those that are the most valuable, start small, and build out from there, so that you can build that set of processes and company expertise to allow you to take the best advantage of the technologies.
Okay, so there's a risk of digital disillusionment, if I can use that term. So many companies have tried analytics or prescriptive analytics, and they have failed. They're not progressing well. So of course, many of the industries that you serve are complex, and there's health, safety, and environmental compliance issues. So what can you tell me about domain expertise and its importance with respect to data management?
Yeah. We at AspenTech, we feel it's not enough just to apply the technologies, but it's the domain expertise, knowing what works in a plant environment, knowing what works in these asset-intensive industries, having people who have actually worked in the industry before, so that the products can be designed to take advantage of both the technologies and the process industry expertise, or the industry expertise, and bring those together. We see this as another wave of what is really going on with operational excellence. So we see the digitalization technologies as those technologies that are going to take operational excellence to another level, and we're starting to see that. We've just been working with one chemical major who has a digital operations center, and they've analyzed 12 different technologies, and they came away and said that our machine learning technology, our MTEL technology, was far and away the most effective. And we feel it's most effective because it fits the operational paradigm for what these companies want. It's adaptable to them and adoptable by them. And so we feel that combination of industry expertise and the advanced technologies and advanced analytics is what's going to lead to a real win for the overall industry.
Okay, so let's talk about operational or organizational excellence. Oftentimes, organizational factors can be barriers. So what approaches are working well in order to change business process or workflow?
Yeah, so we feel that organizational excellence is a key to adopting these technologies. Those companies that are adaptable, who understand their own processes and have strong internal processes that then can be aligned with the way you roll out technologies. It's an old idiom, but people, processes, and technologies is really what this is all about. And so it takes the people who understand their own business. We can bring the technology to bear to marry up with them and the set of processes that we need. But it all comes back around to organizational effectiveness, organizational excellence.
Good. Okay. So finally, there's a lot of industries out there that are not nearly as instrumented, and the data is not organized as well as the some of the process industries that you have typically served. So what can you tell me about new industries and areas for digital transformation, and how are you helping mining and other industries, for example?
Yeah, it's incredible what you can achieve with these technologies given just a limited amount of data. So for instance, in mining, with just a few data points coming in from the edge, we can take that information and help predict failures well ahead of vibration systems or other systems that they have in place. If you look at transportation, we can actually take points out of their lab analysis on their oil samples for the trains or for the heavy duty trucks that are out there that actually allow the prediction of failures. So those assets can be taken offline well ahead of time. If you look at things even as central as oil and gas production, problems such as wax formation and hydrate formation, we can typically use the instrumentation that's available on those types of wells and bring that in and help companies know when they should begin to do their flushes and the types of things they should be doing with the wells to maximize their production and make sure that those fields keep producing for them. So all of this using a very small amount of data. We've also seen chemical companies, especially we've worked with some recently in Eastern Europe, who felt like they were under-instrumented and weren't going to be able to do this. We run tests ahead of time and help them see what type of signatures we can get off of their assets so that we can allow them to implement at the lowest cost available to them while still getting the improvements in the reliability and the prediction of failures and anomalies that they need to see.
Well, John, this is really exciting. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today.
Thank you, Peter.
We've been speaking with John Hague. John is Senior Vice President and General Manager of APM with Aspen Technology. Thanks for watching.